Promotional consideration paid for by the following.
Hello and welcome once again to another quick sharp review. They are coming quick and fast now because there's a lot of films coming out over the summer that I would love to see, including the Meg 2. But this one talks to me. Anywho, this film is called Talk to Me. It's directed by the Philippou brothers. That's not the Philippou brothers, but the Philippou brothers. It is an Australian horror film that was given all its plaudits at the Sundance Film Festival. It was made on a budget of 4.5 million Australian dollars. That is around $20 million. Which says everything you need to know about this film. It is one of those low-budget horror movies that seems to get audiences going, and I can see why. There was a lot to love about this film. It was officially released in 2022. It's only just making its theatre release now in 2023, and it does follow a group of friends who discover that they can conjure spirits by saying the words "talk to me," and it's used in a way where it's kind of like a drug, but we'll go into the ins and outs of it in the main part of the video. It is a rated 15 film, and it is around 1.5 hours long, so it's not a long film either, which makes it good. And without further ado, I'm going to go into the main part of the video. The film itself, Talk to Me, is, like I said, there's a lot to love about this. It gives debuts to not only the directors, but a lot of people. Ari McCarthy plays Cole, Hamish Phillips plays Tyson, Kit Earhart, Bruce plays Peck, Sarah Brokonsky, Brokenshaw plays Fiona. These are all young Australian actors, by the way. Most of them are young anyway. Jaden Davison plays Jaden. Sonny Johnson plays Duckett, and most importantly, and I'm surprised she's all the way down here, because the film heavily follows a character called Mia, who is played by Sophia Wilde, and it is played brilliantly. Now, as you'd expect on a budget of 4.5 million Australian dollars, they had to pull a lot of things out of the bag that couldn't be done with CGI, because even though it is said that CGI is cheaper, there's something good about low-budget horror when it comes to physical effects. Now, this is no different. Danny and Michael Philippou did a great job of crafting this really dark film with a lot of humour. It follows, like I say, a group of teenagers getting their highs, not from drugs or cigarettes or alcohol, but from the hand of a supposed ghost whisperer, so shall we say, a psychic. Then the rumours start a-buzzing. I heard it was a mass murderer. I heard it was an occultist. I heard, those kind of rumours. And they're the kind of rumours that make films good. I remember back in the day, back to Blair Witch Project, where the rumour was that these kids had actually disappeared. And it's very similar to Cannibal Holocaust, where the director maintained that the cast had actually disappeared until he was threatened with prison, where he made the actors come back out and say, no, we're not dead, we didn't die, and we weren't murdered. Obviously, the audience now is very pale when it comes to these things and don't believe things so much as when that film came out. But the supernatural elements of this film are done really well. Now, the idea is, like I said, you hold this hand, this preserved hand that allows you to communicate with the dead. Now, Mia becomes addicted to this, and again, it follows that story of drug use and things like that. Her character is actually trying to get away from her past of abuse, and it uses her addictive nature to explore that. But you say, talk to me, where you see a random ghost, and it is like a Russian roulette of ghosts that, you know, you can talk to. You can let go of the hand, you can put it back on, you can say, talk to me again. You can choose who you want to talk to, and I thought that was interesting. It wasn't just a straight up possession thing. Now, once you say, I let you in, that is when the action starts, the scares, if you will, because it is a straight up possession of the living. Now, what they did here was quite clever, because if you hold on for 90 seconds, if you hold on any longer, there's a good chance that you'll be possessed completely. Now, I found that interesting because a part of the film was what they call a minor doing it, and they gave them 50 seconds. So it seems like you can give yourself enough time to talk to whoever you want to. Now, the film's twist here is that right at the beginning, there's something that happens that mimics something that happens at the end. And it is like a moral dilemma. And you look at the characters, you feel for the characters, and you think, what would I do in that situation? And the more I think about this film, although the second act is quite boring, the more I think about this film, the more I actually really, really like it. The atmosphere is great. The fact that it's set in Australia is fantastic, because we don't see many films set outside the USA and sort of England, unless it's like a spy film where they have to go to Sydney or something like that. So it's interesting to see a film with a group of teenagers who are streetwise. They do go looking for the thrills, but in doing so get themselves in a little bit of trouble, and then there's the realisation that they're not going to come back from it. And it explores the idea of loss as well, and that is a theme that's quite predominant in horror movies. There's usually some kind of loss, and you want to get that person back, and you desperately want to talk to them so much that you let yourself loose into a situation where you have no control. And that was what this film said to me. You give up control when you let yourself in, or let the ghosts in, as it were, in this case. So, would I recommend this film? Absolutely. It is, on a small budget, a really, really good film. It's well directed. The cinematography is good. The sound design is good for what it is. The acting, although lots of young people, a very young cast, is absolutely brilliant. And I would recommend this film. And big shout out to Joe Bird, who plays Riley, because he, although quite young, is extremely good and one to look out for the future. It also has Miranda Otto in it, and I knew I'd seen her in something before, and she was in the Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. So, yeah, this is a good film. It's not perfect by any means, but it's definitely one to look out for, and it does continue that upward trend for horror movie buffs. So, that is it for this one. It is, like I say, a small budget film. It's made a lot of money at the box office, including mine, and yeah, definitely one to go and watch in the cinema. The sound is definitely needed on this one, and not a lot of jump scares either. In fact, there's no jump scares in this. It is all suggestive scares where you wonder what's going to happen next. So yeah, talk to me. And with that, I will say that, talk to me. Let me know what you thought of the film if you've been to go and see Talk to Me. Leave a comment down below the video, or if you're listening to this as a podcast, let me know what you thought on social media. That's Instagram, Twitter and Facebook, or as it is now, Twitter being X. Yeah, didn't see that coming. Anyway, I will see you next time for more films, more movies, and more thrills. Enjoy your cinema-going escapades, and I will see you next time, film fans. Goodbye.
Hiya.